Today, the latest weapons, coupled with the fighting skill of the American soldier, stand ready, on the alert all over the world to defend this country, you, the American people, against aggression. This is The Big Picture, an official television report to the nation from the United States Army. Now, to show you part of the big picture, here is Sergeant Stuart Queen.
Today, a milestone in the modernization of the United States Army is taking place at Fort Campbell, Kentucky. It is the Reorganization Day ceremony of the new 101st Airborne Division, better known as the Screaming Eagles of World War II fame. Deactivated after World War II and a brilliant combat service record, the 101st is well on its way toward the new atomic army concept, with weapons, new equipment, new organization, and tactical employment to play a key role in the Army's plans for the atomic era.
Here today is being baptized a revolutionary fighting machine, which may be the prototype for Army divisions of the future. All-purpose units which can fly at a moment's notice to trouble spots anywhere in the world. Fittingly, the reorganization ceremonies are opened with a field prayer for world peace. The division chaplain prays that peace and understanding among the nations of the world be granted. On hand to unsheath the colors of the reborn 101st are Secretary of the Army Wilbur M. Brucker and Army Chief of Staff General Maxwell D. Taylor. Overhead, as part of the ceremonies, a mass paradrop demonstration gets underway. Among the jumpers are many combat veterans of the original 101st Airborne Division. Courage is the chief characteristic of the paratrooper. But as well as courage, he's got to have stamina and a driving will to fight. It's this kind of soldier that makes up the Airborne Division and gives it the capability of carrying out decisive combat on any portion of the Earth's surface. He's equipped to move fast and hit hard. Heavy equipment, from howitzers to trucks, land with the airborne infantry of today. Mobile and flexible, the 101st is prepared to fight in independent actions, accomplish its mission, sustain itself, and then move on to another trouble spot to repeat the cycle. Here today, too, is the division's mascot, getting a look at some of the new weapons at the division's command. The Honest John rocket, capable of carrying an atomic warhead, is one of the new weapons giving the division added punch. New assault-type aircraft, like the C-123, are capable of carrying far greater payloads than their counterparts of World War II. Moreover, they take off and land in much shorter distances. Almost any open field may become a landing strip for the 123. The traditional Army mule of the horse-drawn artillery days is fast becoming a vanishing species. Taking its place is the new mechanical mule. It's built to transport weapons, ammunition, or men. Of all its many potentialities, the mechanical mule will probably prove most valuable to the foot soldier by increasing his cross-country mobility. A real eye-opener on display here today is the Army's newest means of air transportation for troops in the field. Officially, it's the Delacker Aerocycle. Unofficially, the flying platform. The high point in the day's ceremonies is an address by Army Chief of Staff General Maxwell D. Taylor.
Secretary Brucker, officers and men of the 101st Airborne Division. This is indeed a wonderful day for me to return to this field in Kentucky to attend this celebration which marks the rebirth of one of the truly great fighting units of American military history. I am happy to be here both as Chief of Staff and as a former member and commanding general of this division. As Chief of Staff, I look upon this unit as a symbol of the new Army being brought into being. You have the honor to pioneer in a field of great military importance. This division will have in it greater firepower, greater mobility, increased readiness to respond to aggression wherever found about the world than any division-sized unit in our past history. As such, it will act as a prototype for the development of other units with similar characteristics. You officers and men who participate in this experiment must show bold thought, initiative, readiness to accept change in order that we may exploit to the maximum the military assets of this new organization. Now, as a former member of the World War II Division, I am happy to be here to see the colors of the old division once more fly proudly in the breeze. The 101st Airborne Division was a truly great unit in which to have served in time of war. It was great because of the people who were in it.
For the many veterans of the original 101st who formed the hard core of the new division, strong memories are revived.
For me, it goes all the way back to 1940, Fort Benning, Fort Bragg, and other places. August 42, the old 101st and the 82nd were activated as twin airborne divisions, the country's first. When General Lee took over the Screaming Eagles, he sure hit it right on the head. The 101st has no history, he said, but it has a rendezvous with destiny. Man, we had a lot to learn, and we learned it the hard way, by trial and error. There weren't any manuals, and nobody had this kind of combat experience. In jumps and training problems, we learned how to land and organize, how to seize key targets. Get tough, we told each other. We're paratroops. We're #1 guys. A year later, we're in England. Everybody's glad to see us, from the Prime Minister down the line. The big brass is very interested in how our training's been going because we're slated to handle a big job in cracking what's been advertised as Fortress Europe. We're not going through the wall, we're going over it. And we're going in the dark, on the night before D-Day. Target, the Cherbourg Peninsula, facing Utah Beach. Objective, knock out enemy forces guarding routes inland. The British have been saying an airborne assault will be too costly. They urged General Eisenhower to give up the idea, but his own staff figured it was essential for the rapid development of the overall invasion plan. Even today, Ike says it was one of the toughest decisions of the war. So then, on D-Day -1, we Screaming Eagles are ready for our first combat jump. Ike tried to hide his own tension, and ease ours, by kidding us about the taste of the cocoa and linseed oil smeared on our faces. At midnight, we're heading for the plains. 6,600 Screaming Eagles. Waiting for us are the C-47s. The payoff of our training's only a few hours off. The invasion fleet is already in the channel. There's no turning back now. We're as ready as we'll ever be. There'll be a few surprises for us, sure, but there'll be more for the enemy waiting down there. Then we're on our way. Man, the weather and the flak and the dark, we got trouble. Some guys are dropping way away from their drop zones. Even General Taylor, who's running the show, lands all alone. So we team up in small groups and go after the bridges and causeways the best we can.